Hello and welcome to my first ever sketchbook tour. So I actually finished this sketchbook last year and have been putting off uploading it. It is my first ever complete sketchbook and I'm just a tiny wee bit nervous about uploading it. I'm very excited as well, but I finally pushed myself to do it. So here we go. But completing a sketchbook has just been genuinely kind of a lifelong dream of mine. My sketchbook is a Royal Talons art creation sketchbook. So it has a lot of pages, in it, and it did take me about just over 6 months to complete, over last summer mainly. And when I say complete, there are quite a few unfinished drawings in it, but that is the cold hard reality of a sketchbook, right? Just gotta be real with you guys. Just gotta be real. So some nice scribbles there, just as a beautiful welcoming page. So I had a few stops and starts when I started this. I think back in November 2022. Sketchbooking and even drawing itself still wasn't a habit for me then, so lots of random squiggles, and until we do get a wee bit more confident with my sketching. And then it wasn't until I did a Jess Cart Patreon tutorial with this pen portrait here, did 2 of them, that was in May 2024, that I actually started to make it a proper habit. So this is what kicked it off for me, what really gave me the motivation just to keep going with this sketchbook. I'm not 100% sure why, just thinking that I fell in love with it, just realised how freeing it felt to just take my pens and just go in and sketch, and my skills were really starting to come together. I'd done a lot of digital art in Procreate up until here, and I think I was really just starting to feel a bit more confident about taking on the page. And this is really where it began. I became kind of unstoppable with the sketchbook and just spent most of summer filling it with some super cute bunny unfinished, here we go, unfinished one. It's an unfinished watercolor squirrel paint in there. And here really felt a nice creative groove. I used some Tombow markers for this. My portraits, which I'd struggled with a lot up until now, were really starting to feel a lot more confident. I wanted to create some fun colourful smoke that just went across the page. Just really starting to get into it here. The more Tombow markers, playing with colour. It's like not very good at all at drawing hands here. I'm still looking to improve that. Really like the idea of creating some sort of texture on here. Here I tried to use the Tombows because you can use them with water, but well, it did not go super well, so I decided to bring out my watercolor brush pens for that and just started swatching a few of them. And here is one of my favourite sketchbook spreads of my sketchbook, and just made me feel really confident, and it really made me feel like an artist that's capable of creating some really cute and fun sketchbook spreads. So I designed it from images, this image here and this one here from Pinterest, and I just scribbled these in here. So it's watercolor brush pens and ink and a little bit of Poscas for the white highlights. Give a wee close up of that. But confidence grows with every page in the sketchbook, and I'm still really proud to look at this one like months later. So here's another unfinished sketchbook spread. Some coloured pencils for a fun portrait and some pigeons. These are watercolour brush pens. Again, I will attempt pigeons later on, spoiler alert, which will be a lot better than these if you're interested in sticking around. Some birds. In love with drawing and painting birds. This is my first attempt, if you don't include the pigeons on the previous page. And I think I've already improved so much. Here's my one of my current sketchbooks. Look, there's my current attempts at painting birds, which just getting better and better. More confidence, but I do love these, my first attempts. And I absolutely love painting birds as a subject, as you'll see quite a bit more later on in this tour. Some portraits using alcohol markers, just playing about with different shadows, different shapes. Definitely this one's my favourite with the lighting. I think the combination of the blue and the yellow with the black ink pen there. Okay, this is more alcohol markers, still not feeling 100% confident here with them. I used mixed media card I put in throughout the sketchbook to kind of cover where I've used markers, and I think I like to put coloured pencils for texture on top, and I just don't think they sat well at all on here. And I'm still building up my confidence with alcohol markers. Here's pigeons again. I will do pigeons again a little bit later, just because I love painting them. They're such a fun subject to do. Cats. Do love doing cats, but I do find them really hard, and you'll see me struggling with them throughout. Just a fun pen and ink portrait practice. This is with Prismacolors, the Prismacolor Color Ace pencil. I enjoy using them for sketching, just having some fun. So this is some more portrait practice. Again, there'll be another spread later in the sketchbook, and I think you can already see quite a bit of improvements. But I really like these. I do struggle with the forward facing. Portraits, but we're working on them. I think my proportions are definitely getting a lot better. I'm feeling more and more comfortable, especially with smaller portraits. I really struggle to draw quite small portraits. This is a fun watercolor brush pen spread. So I wanted to have a play about with movement and flow with the dancers, creating an energetic sort of spread. I think I really do like it. It's the bows maybe tying it all in together are too much of the same colour as the dancers, and it kind of, they don't pop enough. So, but I do love it. An alcohol marker spread. I made a cute wee story that she was on her way to the magical miniature shop with her cute wee dog and just had fun. I've not done buildings with alcohol markers. I still haven't actually, after this one, haven't done that many. I think there's one later, but I had fun with the dog, creating a wee bit of texture. Also just started to play about with actual skin with alcohol markers. Didn't do the shadows well at all, popped a grey on, but we learn. Again, what's that? Feeble attempt at some cats, and don't think you can tell, but I'd tried several times on this page and rubbed them out to the point where I couldn't really keep going, but that's okay. Here she is. This is my favourite sketchbook spread, or I'd say another one. There's one later actually that I would term to be my favourite. This is actually also up on my channel. I put the whole process of painting these as a video on my YouTube channel, so a wee self-plug there if you want to go watch it. So it's just another one where it just clicked, where I picked these pictures, put them in Procreate, made a spread, and then just sketched them out here, and it was one where it just clicked. I knew what colours I wanted. I knew that I wanted sort of like coloured pencil for textures. I knew that I wanted hints of yellow throughout, that I wanted the browns, the different shades. Like, it just, don't know if that's making any sense what I am saying, but I just felt, and have to this day still feel very comfortable with alcohol markers. My learning curve for it has been something, unlike, because I'm also trying to do watercolour and gouache, but I'm struggling a wee bit with them, but with alcohol markers it just kind of clicked for me, and I will go on a bit of a tear with them through the rest of the sketchbook. I will really enjoy using them and playing about with them. And I sort of finally understood, I think, what maybe other artists refer to as like creative flow, when just intuition takes over and you finally start to think, oh, I'm making a lot of progress here with my art, I know what I'm doing, you know. So we're still playing about with people and skin tones here. I really like this one, the blues and the yellow. This one went a bit too hard on the green. But no, we do like them. That's what we're doing though in a sketchbook, isn't it? We're playing about. Still too afraid, I think, to go in with actual skin tone colours, which I have since done one in this sketchbook, which I will actually upload as my next YouTube video after this one. Some coloured pencils, some people. Practicing people, always practicing people and movement. These are some fun sketches, some prompts I was playing with, like sort of lanterns and having some leaves coming out of these. I didn't really use any reference photos for them, just having a play. I finished them off in Procreate, which I'm sure I will pop a wee clip of them at the side for you to see. This is another watercolour brush pen sketchbook spread. I just love designing a nature themed spread, so I found this picture on Pinterest and I decided to put a birdhouse, and I found some separate photos of some birds and popped a wee hedgehog in as well. I had a lot of fun creating the textures on the birdhouse here, and just also sort of trying to blend the colours together with the birds. Also liked having the hint of purple that sort of went all the way throughout, that connected everything, and creating a bit of texture on her jumper and her hat. Still not super comfortable or confident with skin tones, but some more people in coloured pencil and some cute otters. Actually really love drawing otters. I have more otters in here, and I did some stylized ones in Procreate recently, which I was very, very happy with. My goal of learning to stylize is progressing, always progressing. And yeah, maybe editing Robin will shove a clip of them here. But I tried to cover, there's alcohol markers on the back, so I thought I'd try and cover it instead of gluing in some more pages. The more pigeons that I told you about. I really love these. Again, alcohol markers, just these colours here, very limited selection of colours needed, and yeah, you can create some fun pigeons and some seashells too. These are both up on my channel, and they're incredible exercises. I think for beginners they may look quite complicated, but like I said, you just have a handful of colours and you know exactly where you're putting them, mixing them in, and you can create some nice fun art. I think this is my favourite, but I ruined it a little from the previous page, but I have since glued that because it didn't really work out. That's what we do if we make mistakes, we glue them and get rid of the evidence. So this next page is my favourite sketchbook spread. Again, alcohol markers, And my favourite subject, one of my favourite subjects, is sea creatures. I just find them so incredibly fun and exciting. And just like, look at the colours. How fun and how vibrant is that? It was just, I had an absolute blast creating these, and like, just look at the bubbles. I just loved, and look at the textures you can create on what is generally kind of a boring subject with just those 3 shades. I love to put the coloured pencils on to create the sort of illusions of water. And this video is actually on my channel too. It's my best performing video, which I'm super chuffed about. It has quite a bit of views. So here I wanted to draw some puffins, and I wanted to use the Posca pens, the white Posca pen, but I painted the background in gouache, which I didn't know at this point, but do now, that gouache reactivates really easily. So that was a no. That was a no. Fail, but we live, we learn. Moving on. This is another graphite pencil spread. I think it's got quite a bit more character than the last one. I think I'm managing to create more emotion in these. Could be the references I picked, to be fair. I'm very happy with my progress with portraits, feeling a lot more confident. Some more alcohol markers, and again more otters. I forgot about these actually. I do love drawing otters. Some hippos, which I'm happy with this one, not so much here. I tried to play with the different colours, sort of the purplies, but I ended up not really liking that. But some pen, unfinished. So more alcohol markers here. I really love creating textures, just having a play with different colours. I think this part is definitely my favourite here. I love creating the shadow. And I just absolutely love the colours here. It just feels so alive. So alive. Some flowers. Went a wee bit crazy with this spread with my just strokes, just having fun, creating a lot of texture and enjoying using different colours and creating different colour combinations. A monkey using alcohol markers. Just playing about with a prompt here. I'm not really sure you'll be able to see that. It was pirate potion. So I kind of draw a potion bottle with some sails and an octopus tentacle. I used the Arctic's acrylic markers. First time using them, I just kind of a bit flat colours and I couldn't really be bothered using them, so it's a bit basic but fun. So this is a super cute page with Tombow markers and some ink pens. I love rabbits, so obviously got to get my rabbits in. We'll just love animals in general. I mean, throughout the sketchbook, most of it will be animals. And working on perspective, I think drawing vehicles is quite hard for me. I loved creating the different tones throughout. Another just very random page. Trying out the Arctic's acrylic markers and some brush pens, I think. These were cats again, and slightly improved. I say slightly because like some of them are not the greatest, but I really love the colours on this one. I love this cute wee one here. And I really enjoyed just going a bit crazy I really used the brush tip of the alcohol markers here. Oh no, the chisel tip, sorry. And just sort of had to play with creating so much different colours throughout. Yes, getting better at drawing cats. I still do struggle with them actually. It's definitely the shape of the face. It's hard. So attempt at a wee self-portrait here. This is me with my art bag, the sketchbook coming out of it, all my ideas, but I really messed up the face. But that's okay, drawing faces that small is actually really hard. So I'll maybe redo this again at some point soon. Another fun person with some squirrels. And another Ohuhu alcohol marker spread. Birds. I think I have these ones up on my channel, these three here. Look at all the colours I used in that one. Insane. Absolutely insane, but I think it's stunning. And I just had so much fun, like layering in all the colours and then creating all the texture with the coloured pencils. It's definitely a medium I love to use. Some random sketches, animals, playing about with the brush pens again here, seeing if I could blend them, which I couldn't. Some gouache and some more unfinished spreads. So gouache really tests my patience. I'm still struggling with using gouache, but here's some attempts here. I'm trying a 100 heads gouache challenge as well in this sketchbook, so we'll see. I'm only 3 in currently, so we'll see. And I'm currently trying plein air painting as well with gouache, but it's still a medium I'm struggling with at the moment. These were done in Procreate. Some fun cat sketches. I think this was part of a Patreon challenge from Lowish, and I think it was about creating magic or fantasy or elements through your art, and I wanted to sort of create the vibe and work on colour schemes. Just a fun exercise. So this is a fun dark academia spread. This one was coloured pencils and also not finished. This one's on my channel as well. It was done with alcohol markers. I had a lot of fun drawing people, and again doing a little bit of skin tone, but it was just very basic there. I'm really trying to improve my work on creating my own illustrations, my own characters. That's something that's taken me quite a long time to do. I'm still working on that. So this was one of my own characters. I mean, I know it's quite a cliche pumpkinhead character, but I did this using alcohol markers. Was really happy with the skin as well there, and thought she needed a spooky pumpkin tree to accompany her. And I thought it was really cute. Had fun with that one. I do love a seasonal themed sketchbook spread, which brings us to this one here. I'm so inspired by this time of year, just all the colours, and I wanted to create that in my sketchbook. I think this page in particular is very messy and very scribbly. I think that time of year can be quite stressful as well for me, so I think I was quite stressed and very impatient, and that definitely shows here, but it's different vibes. And I went on a yoga retreat, and they had a few art classes where you basically just picked up any utensil and just tried to have fun and play and not really look at the page when you were sketching, trying to do portraits without looking. And I did a wee life drawing, which I'll just skip over here. And some more sketches. And a cute donkeys. These are Ohuhu alcohol markers again, shocker. Also on my channel, actually. I was so proud of this one. I think I really got the sketch with all their faces coming in together, all squished in. And I love just creating the really loose green in the background. And it was a hard one because they're just sort of brown and grey. So trying to find the colour variations in that was a wee challenge and quite fun. This is some more nature, some butterflies, and some flowers. Again, using Ohuhu alcohol markers. This one here is a woodland spread. I want to do more animals. It's unfinished though. At this time, my own rabbit was quite unwell, and I lost quite a bit of motivation towards the end of this sketchbook. Not to get on a bit of a downer, but yeah. And some gargoyles. I needed a bit of something different to get me back into my art. I went through a wee bit of a slump with like I said, it was a stressful time of year. My rabbit was really unwell, so I picked a subject I'd never done before. One where I was looking forward to creating the marble and the stone textures with the alcohol markers. Here, I think that's my favourite one. I have edited a video, I just need to do a voiceover for it for this one. I think I've chosen these three, maybe, and edited that, so let me know in the comments if people are still watching, if you want to see this one, and I'll try and get it up soon. This is a baker lady and some baked goods. This one's alcohol markers. It's a bit uninspired, like I said. It was a bit of a struggle to finish this sketchbook. This is using gouache. The Himi jelly gouache is actually the gouache I've used throughout this book. Again, a little unfinished, but I was really happy actually with my progress and the colours I was using there. I was super excited about that. And the last page is a very quick watercolour sketch. I really struggled to close out the sketchbook because my wee rabbit Oz, actually, he passed last October. So it was very emotional, thinking, I know it's a bit stupid, but thinking that I'd started this sketchbook when he was still alive and I was finishing it and he was gone. So I thought I would do a wee illustration of him running and binkying and having a good time. And that will be the end of this sketchbook tour. Thank you so much for watching, if you stuck around this far, and this will be the first of many, I hope. And there's currently this sketchbook. I've got a watercolour one that I showed you the birds in. I have a gouache one which I'm kind of working on a lot of nature and plein air stuff in, so yes, here's to many more, and I will see you all for the next one.